few weeks ago we looked at some 8-bit football games. This time, with the football season starting again, I think it's about time we looked at some 16-bit titles. But with a twist. And let's just hope they don't end up like this. These games have all been licensed by some of the top teams in England and Everton. So in this episode we're going to be looking at the games produced on behalf of Everton, Liverpool and first up, Manchester United. Manchester United Championship Soccer was released in 1995 on the Super Nintendo, and it came out at a time when Manchester United was starting their dominance of the English League. As a Liverpool fan, that does hurt to say. Chrysalis Software is responsible for this title. They have had dealings with Manchester United licensed games before, with games like Manchester United and Manchester United in Europe, as well as other football games. However, this was their first football game on the Super Nintendo. And no, Soccer Kid doesn't count. But is it any good? Well, in a word, no. Let me explain. The game tries to rip off sensible soccer, just plain and simply, and not very well. All the Premiership teams, some European clubs and all-star teams are there, but from the moment you have this team select screen, you know where we're going. Only the Man United team is licensed, so as you can see by this Liverpool lineup, some artistic license has been made with the player names. You can choose from the usual mix of friendly, head-to-head, cup and league formats, and of course the Champions League, and then after you pick your team, it's off to the game. You get the choice between an isometric viewpoint, think the early FIFA games, or a head down, like the aforementioned Sensible Soccer, and even when you choose, it's rubbish. The players are just not responsive enough for the pace of the game. The buttons don't seem to do anything different and you're just waiting for the opponent to pop one in the net. Either viewpoint is the same, no control, no chance. Even with Fergie time. Even with my unbiased reviewing head on, being a Liverpool fan, don't go anywhere near this game. They are living off the Manchester United licence and just not very well. The second game in our football roundup is Everton Intelligenza, released in 1990 for the Amiga, and for the princely sum of 1999. I had no idea about this game until I loaded it up and I was expecting some drab football simulation. Boy was I surprised. The game sees you trying to win the FA Cup, and it has a real life competition in there for those that complete it and send in a code to enter the competition. Still none the wiser, after the draw is made and your choice is to play home and away is decided, it's into the action. And yes, this is a surprise, your eyes don't deceive you, Everton Football Club have put their name to a football quiz game, and seeing as the game is 30 years old, it will take a real brain box to have even a small chance of winning. The graphics and design of the game is basic to say the least, and okay, some of the pictures are kind of okay, but this is a poor effort by the Toffee men. Relegation zone stuff here, I'm afraid. And last in our roundup is Liverpool Football Club. This version was released in 1992 for the Amiga. Now, as a Liverpool fan, I was looking forward to this. It was published by Grand Slam and it sees you control the Liverpool team of the time. You play from several modes, either full season or FA Cup mode. All good so far. After figuring out how to change your starting lineup, it's into the game. Now you've got to know the players' images from back in the day to have any chance of doing that, but that's by the by. The game is played from a 3D above the pitch behind the goal viewpoint. I wish games wouldn't do this, it is a rubbish viewpoint. The control system is dire. Trying to put aftertouch on the ball is woeful, and even getting close to the ball is difficult. The players move in a slightly strange way, and you don't really feel like you're in control. It's a very hard game, not because the other team is skillful, but because of the chunky, difficult control method. It's definitely a game of two halves, and both of them are crap. Don't bother, stay away from it. Never mind walking alone, you don't want to walk with this game. Well, there we have it. 3 games based on 3 of England's best football teams. And Everton. And all 3 are dire. They all deserve a points deduction for putting their names to these. The lads let themselves down badly. Well, on that sour note, that's all from this episode of Noobs Game Reviews. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.